Warning, Caffeinated Conquest features adult nerds using adult language. Seriously, don't say we didn't warn you.
Technically, we have no proof that the prince mobilized the lupines against Drusilla. Ah, yes, but we have no proof that he didn't indeed, and the prince's powers of persuasion, shall we say, are legendary, as I'm sure you folks are well aware.
What do you mean, you folks?
Like trigger.
Messieurs, this is irrelevant. What does it matter if the prince managed to dominate the lupines, or if he promised them something, or if he manipulated? Who cares? The problem is, he is a criminal. He has gone against the laws that we have set down as a civilization. He has gone against the very people we have sought to protect. Does this not matter to you? And
they all say no except McNeil.
McNeil's just got his arms crossed, and there's this expression of just sheer not surprised, like he's watching the same movie for the fourth time, and there's somebody on his arm going, "Here comes a good part. Here comes a good part," and he just
Nonplussed.
yeah. What do you and Betty do at this point?
Well, he takes out his gun.
This isn't your first time saying a Nosferatu, right?
No, I saw Sally.
Oh, that's a rough one.
How does this one look in comparison?
As I said, Alphonse is wearing a different face. So,
Every time you look at him, in fact.
in game terms, he's got Obfuscate 3 on. So he looks like somebody neither of you have ever seen. It's just a normal dude up there, as far as we're concerned.
Normal Hispanic dude.
Implying Nosferatu aren't normal. Jerk.
Don't shame my clan.
Well, I guess it'd be easier for us just to take a seat off to the side.
It's a little obvious, unless you're going to obfuscate as well. You could kind of like duck behind a seat.
Yeah. Let's just take a seat. Go on.
Like, entertain me.
I will judge you.
What are you guys doing outside while they're in the building?
Like, I'm probably gonna like pull out my watch and just like talk to the old man ghost.
Oh yeah, you could totally just send the fucking ghost in there to listen.
But do you really trust Carlo to give reliable information?
No.
I was like,
Carlo, teach me necromancy and I'll send
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing there with that watch? Do I recognize that watch?
Have you seen it before?
No.
I know
I
that.
killed the man it belonged to.
That doesn't mean you have his jewelry memorized. In fact, he found that in his bedroom.
But
So he
it
wasn't wearing
was it? No, it's not him.
And it's actually a pocket watch. So Betty would probably recognize it. Murphy would recognize it.
Yeah.
But I don't think either of you. He just looks like he's looking at his pocket watch, unless you're actively talking to it.
I'm
Yeah, just like,
Is it?
like it's hell time?
Does it look? How nice does it look?
It's pretty damn nice.
So, way nicer than he has any right to have.
Yes.
Is that a family heirloom of yours, Mr. Martino?
Not my family, but maybe I don't. I found it.
on a
It's
ditch.
like,
Found it
it
on-
belongs to me. No pulse needle on them. It belonged to someone you used to know.
I've known quite a few people.
One that you probably ended yourself, maybe. Or
You're a monster.
I'm like, I typically don't kill people.
Yeah, well, there was that one guy.
There was that one event in the 30s that I helped cause. I don't consider that me directly killing people. However, I will admit the Great Depression probably killed a good number of people.
like I'm guessing like he can't see the ghost at all, right? Like,
You haven't summoned the ghost yet. You're just talking your pocket watch.
Like a crazy person.
And
Then
there's ghosts, man, I swear.
I'll summon the ghost.
Okay, so what does it look like when you summon the ghost, though? You invoke your Giovanni powers. You tap into the latent power of your blood to beckon this spirit forth as your ancestors have taught you to do. What does that look like?
He licks it.
Hey, get out of here, you fucking Luke.
Just slaps her.
I just picture like some green like clouds like coming out of my fingers, like not my fingers, like my palm while I'm holding it, and then the dials turn, and I just see for me I just see an old man like slowly. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like what you waking me up for, you damn kid.
Interesting. Give me a manipulation occult roll. Difficulty 6.
Bocce.
Does it look like one of the ghosts from Luigi's Mansion?
It's not a fucking boo, dude.
Yeah, they had other ghosts in Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, they didn't have booze until halfway through. Okay, maybe like a third.
Yeah, four successes.
4 successes. Okay, so the dials begin spinning as these green fart clouds effervesce from Carlo Martino's hand, and he is able to draw a spirit out of the watch. And
Does he recognize him?
intelligence, empathy.
Yeah, it doesn't recognize us.
Oh boy.
I was like, oh, hello, sir.
Does my... I'm assuming gaining trust or problem solver don't apply here?
Oh, it's
I think you're beyond that thing's trust at this point.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
So the features are a little distended. Everything's just a bit longer. It's been pulled and tugged. And through the mask of veins that have risen to the surface, it's almost hard to tell. But as the ghost is beckoned forth, your eyes start following the contours of the face up and into the deep black voids of its eyes. And you realize that this is the old man that you yourself have murdered.
I'm like, ha!
Yeah, you got stuck with Carlo.
I'm like, oh, what a misfortune has befallen you, Mr. What was it, Anderson?
Did you actually say that?
Yeah.
You!
Talk to him about his wife.
You are the one that condemned me to this fool!
Thank you, by the way.
I'm more powerful than I thought then. Condemning the damned, didn't know that was part of my repertoire.
Yeah, if your resume.
That is a very neat trick, you know, Mr. Martino. You have to show that to me sometime.
I just did.
You have to show me how to do that sometime.
I can also learn necromancy, but I refuse.
Arrogant punk! You think you're immune to my vengeance too? You're on my list, buddy. And now that I see you here before me, I think it's time to start crossing something off. Give me a willpower roll, please.
This is silly.
So what's his shadow?
Huh?
What's his shadow?
Carlo Martino.
That's a terrible shadow.
I got an 8 and a 10.
The ghost sort of disappears, and you see Mark's face just sort of contort into this hateful visage. And then we go back inside.
I'm sorry, Mark. I might have to put you down. Well, I, the player, am sorry.
But he gives me suits. Where would all his resources go?
I don't care.
Mr. Fortier, says Armitage as he cleans his glass on his shirt, I will tell you what I told the 2 messengers that you sent to petition me to this waste of time. The Anarchs committed an unprovoked attack on the Toreador Salon. They committed an unprovoked attack on a place the prince once held sacred as Elysium, and just to add insult to injury, they also burned down the prince's favorite restaurant. And if you're coming to us expecting some sort of remorse or recompense for the punishment doled out to Mr. McNeil, I'm afraid it will fall quite on deaf ears. McNeil speaks up. Listen to me, you fucking pinched-faced mook. I don't care about what happened to me. The point is, I came to you for justice, for something your Camarilla flunkies did. Alright, this got nothing to do with me. This has got everything to do with the ones you and your great fucking granddaddies promised to do back in fucking Thorns. You promised to protect our people. as long as we licked your boots and your fucking ass and followed your bullshit rules. Now, are you gonna do it or are you not going to?
Such strong language.
I mean, quite frankly, he actually should be speaking much faster and becoming much more intelligible. We're just like staring at him for a minute, like, what?
This is ludicrous. We are not going to take up arms against the prince for the sake of some anarchs. It's not even anarchs, it's neonates. For what hope do we have against Don Sebastian? My accents are morphing. God damn it.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who that was.
I'm assuming the Nosferatu.
Yes, thank you. Oh, storytelling is hard, you guys.
There was a slight tinge of Hispanic there.
At the disco.
Mr. Albrecht speaks the truth. Even if he wanted to take up arms against the prince, it would prove quite fruitless. I know not what you intend to do here, Mr. Fortier, but you know this fact as well as we do. I would like Byrick, Mark, and Carlo to roll initiative.
Yay.
There's one die, right?
That's unfortunate. I had to do Byrick.
I got 14.
Yeah, you're
7.
going first. So, all of a sudden, Mark Zantz is starting to look at Carlo like super pissed off.
We still have a seatbelt though.
There's no seatbelts.
Those will be invented for another 10 years at least.
True.
And they suck.
Well, I should get my gun ready, but I'm not gonna defend Carlo at the moment.
You just sound like...
So you just draw?
I kind of pull it out and probably pull the hammer back just in case.
Okay. That's not going to deter the ghost. He's already dead. So
No, I'm not threatening. I'm just doing it to be ready.
what weapons do you have on you right now?
You pull out your cavalry saber.
A cavalry saber and my Smith & Wesson.
You know what? He is modern enough to go for the gun, I think. So, what is Mark Zant's dexterity firearms?
Not great. That is 2.
No, how old is this
4
guy?
dots total.
The old dude? 60 or 70? Or
Oh, okay. I was like,
6 dots total?
Yes. No, 4.
4. Okay, so you're gonna divide your dice pool into 2 for me. You're gonna roll 2 dice at a difficulty 4 to actually draw the weapon.
A success.
Okay. You see Mark Zantz pull his Smith & Wesson, level it right at his head, and you're going to roll the other 2 at a difficulty 6.
That is a success.
I would like you to roll damage against Carlo Martino. Do you have fortitude?
Nope.
Alright, you can soak this with your stamina.
Yeah.
So that is, what, Dex plus 1?
No. What's the
Oh,
damage
the
of your
gun. Yeah,
gun?
the damage of the gun.
I was gonna say
4.
if he was like in the military, he might very well have been part of the Wounded Knee massacre. In which case, yes, he would have gone for the gun.
That is no successes.
Well, I got 2 successes, so I'm like,
So you sort of like duck out of the way as the bullet grazes. Give me another willpower roll, Mark Zantz.
If anything, I'm more disappointed that he didn't hurt him at that range.
like I have Neo damage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. So you sort of well up inside you that sheer force of will that made you fight to survive as a poor immigrant son, made you fight and struggle your way through college, made you hold on white-knuckled as you fought your way through the stagnant world of the kindred to become what you've made yourself to be. And just with this sheer determination, you push this thing straight out of you as the ghost comes screaming out of Mark. What would you like to do?
Because I saw like the what, like, because remember I did the like the
Quit
bunch of
telling.
successes for back
Yeah,
in the day.
the ghost.
Huh?
Deapparize
So
the
like
ghost.
for what was it called? That's something soul.
Oh, I know. You have two. You have two things you can tell him to do.
Yeah, so 2 more things I can tell him to do. Like so, it's
Okay.
like
Tell him to never harm you. That would piss him off so much.
can one of those commands just like don't harm anyone besides Burger Fiero?
I mean, yes.
Just like
You could just say anyone that I don't designate.
Yeah.
But yes, it could be anyone that's not
Or,
Murphy.
or
I
don't-
think it actually has to be like a mission that he sends him on. He can't just give him parameters for his existence.
like for I guess that first I'll just say let's have 2 more things.
Be a pacifist.
Like
Masturbate.
think about what you've done.
Think about what you've done while you masturbate.
I can't. It's just ectoplasm coming out now.
Spooky.
So like get his mind like go inside the theater and don't possess anyone, but just if anything like I guess not anything like anything like out of the ordinary happens over there. Come back and let me know.
One day, Necromancer, you will make the mistake of stepping across the shroud, and when you do, you will be in my world, and I'll be waiting. As it starts floating towards the theater, and you're just kind of standing there. You have a gun leveled at him, and you're only vaguely aware of why. You just know this amazing sense of rage washed over you for a second.
Finish the job.
I sort of put the gun back in my pocket, and I'm like, what is your price to learn that commandment over the dead?
Specifically that one.
Yeah, specifically that one.
It will give me great pleasure.
I will offer anything that my knowledge can assist you with, or whatever financial resources I can help you to attain.
Well, we can talk about this after we've killed the prince. If we survive,
It's true, we can't teach you anything if he's dead.
well, I could probably maybe I don't know. Can I
Come back.
Can I control myself as a necromancer?
No, but he could.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
So-
a fail-safe of lines of necromancy to help each other.
I need you to bring me back so I can teach you how to do things.
I'm gonna be the wackiest Ventru if I can learn knowledge about necromancy and the Gangrel and just protean myself if I have to and just command the dead whenever that's useful.
You'll never need ghouls again.
So what do you say to the generous offer?
You don't have anything better.
I mean, honestly, Mark Zantz is not necessarily combat-wise, but he's probably the most powerful vampire in the coterie.
Yeah.
There's a lot he can do.
Knowledge for knowledge. It's a fair trade.
Very well.
You're always out of money. Why would you ask for that?
And possibly some spending cash.
Spending cash.
I want to go to the mall.
We'll
The
see
beach
about.
episode. It's cute.
We'll
And
see.
then we all fucking die.
The sun rises.
We'll see about getting you some stocks and finances set up.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And try putting it in diamonds.
Investing gold.
Back in the theater, you guys feel just the temperature drop like 15 degrees all of a sudden.
And hear a gunshot.
Yeah, I guess you would hear it 2 blocks away, but it's like downtown LA. Who's gonna blink its world of darkness?
Chippy, my nipples are hot.
God damn it, Bob. I just want you to ask, is this how I set up Betty's character?
No, I'm just joking.
You know what? It's your PC now. She was your child. You do whatever Travis.
The whole
He's a
vampire.
modest girl.
The whole vampire thing just fucked with her.
Also, you need blood flow for that to happen.
Oh, that's true.
You gotta spend a blood point to make that happen.
Oh, hell no. Can we even feel the cold at that rate?
You can feel it.
Yeah, we can feel cold. We can feel hot.
You can feel really hot, especially on fire.
Sun.
I feel like there's a ghost in the room.
Probably. It happens.
Uh,
We don't talk about them.
to them.
What's the plan?
I think you only see the ghost with Auspex and I guess necromancy though. Like that's what it.
He's I mean, if they're hiding themselves. But yeah, so he is actively hidden at this point.
I like they did. He's just following word for word, so he doesn't hide. He just shows up.
like I'm here at the meeting, guys. He sits in the.
What are they gonna do? Kill him?
Like he sits in like the seat that was supposed to, like the lady that was supposed to show up. The one we.
He sits in the seat in front of us. We're just like, oh god damn.
So that's it then. You and your great ivory towers too scared to stand against one prince who's breaking your own vaunted laws. You like to insult the Camarilla Bruja, but it is you who beg us for our mercy. And I am sorry, but today it is denied. Perhaps you will keep a better control over the ones whose banner they congregate under.
Murphy, he's dead.
Hashtag full of fear.
But Monsieur Armitage, McNeil sort of clamps a hand on her shoulder. So that's your final answer, aye? And they will emphatically agree with just a hint of cowardice in their voice. I expected as much. Let's go, Frog! And they start stomping their way out.
Dragging him.
Just picks him up and puts him on his shoulders and walks out.
Like me.
I can kill one right now.
Is that what you're thinking?
It's like, no, not yet. Only one target at a time.
Not until you get your hidden blade.
It's gonna be a while.
So the elders in mass will file out, get back in their cars, and begin to drive away. Room feels warmer again all of a sudden.
Well, I guess we can make our way out.
Just thinking about how this place could have burned to the ground.
God damn it.
Just makes me tingle on the inside.
It's okay, it's okay.
Is it like your innate Fieroness? There's just the voice of him in the back of your head. They're like, burn it down, Betty! Fucking burn it down!
I feel like Murphy would have really liked this place.
to burn.
Like, Murphy, his childers are actually a bloodline split from the Rovnos, who actually get thaumaturgy with fire.
The Fieros.
The fiery Fiero.
What a disgusting book.
Don't be careful, man. You know, we make jokes, and the next thing you know, somebody's gonna make a clan book of it on the storyteller roll.
People are sick.
I say do it.
The Children of Firo.
And Bob will, I guarantee, will play it.
So,
Which will come full circle.
what do you two do then?
Well, let's head out.
You accidentally knock over a gas lamp or light on your way out.
Is that their
That's why I got-
their
that's why I
clan
got-
weakness?
that's
It's
why I
like
got warmer.
specifically arson.
That's why I got warmer.
Ooh.
No. Stifle those feelings.
It's like a Promethean disquiet. It's just like a field of a halo of fire. If they stay in a place too long, it just all of a sudden lights itself.
Oh, damn it.
What does this mean, Jibby? What do you think Mr. McNeil's gonna do?
It means I fear my peaceful nights of rest are still a ways off. Truly, the fires that Fiero lit will keep burning for a little while longer.
Do you think possibly in hindsight this could have been one of the last fires?
No. The prince wasn't here.
accent.
The prince wasn't here. He's the problem.
I guess you're right. You would have missed. Well, I hope the night doesn't get too rowdy, but it sounded in Mr. McNeil's voice that it just might go that way.
Yeah. Well, let's head back to everyone else.
Alright.
Alright, you rejoin the rest of your coterie.
So, shit's gonna go down.
I'm like, what information were you able to pry from the meeting?
Well,
I assume you got a good seat?
excellent seats. Turns out, they're not gonna give McNeil what he wants, and McNeil's not too happy about that.
A bunch of weak, lily-livered, old-world bastards, much like that ghost of yours. They don't have the fortitude to enact change in the world anymore.
There's this weird fog that seems to come from nowhere that just curls around your neck and dissipates.
Someday I will command you.
Out of spite.
Fuck you, old man.
You just like you summon him and then you like you fucking I forget the word. Dismiss him. There you go. Just to piss him off.
Oh man, if only he knew I cucked him.
Oh yeah, so what dead house did he go to?
What dead house? Oh, you're asking like what Wraith Legion he's a part of? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Violent death.
I don't know.
He got spared the violent.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Everyone else in his family got that.
Was he fated to die?
I mean, I didn't do a whole lot. I like what pulled out the oxygen, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, life will find a way. I'll do what some Christians say, and if God wanted him to live, a miracle would have happened.
All right, so
Do we see at some point? I'm assuming McNeil's limo pass by.
Yeah, probably. You'll see McNeil and 48's limo, but yeah, they're gonna
Does McNeil notice his car here?
probably not, honestly. Yeah, I mean, think about the implication that's going on right now. The socio-political climate in town is fucked. There's no justice under the current system. The last thing he's going to be doing is looking out the window going, hey, I know that guy.
But that's what makes it even funnier. He's just fucking fuming, probably screaming in the limo, and they're like, and there's my fucking car! Yay!
I'll give him a difficulty 9 just because he's distracted. The limo pulls over.
Yay! I did it good.
The door swings open, and you can see Jeremy McNeil.
oh, we're just talking, just like
His face taut, like he is actively trying to just sit on the beast right now. Louis is still sitting in the limo, his hands clasped on his cane, looking utterly mournful.
Feeling a tad awkward at this moment.
Good evening, Mr. McNeil.
Oi, you lot! Is that my fucking car?
yeah.
We didn't think you'd mind if we borrowed it.
Oh no, I don't mind, but how are you gonna get home without it?
Why wouldn't we have it?
He sticks his hands into the roof, pulls out the engine, and throws it.
Wow, that's impressive. He pulled up the engine from the roof.
He's got a lot of potency.
Not the hood, the roof.
Something bothering you tonight, Mr. McNeil?
You remember the place where the rats are, right? The old diner?
Absolutely.
Get all your friends together, there's a meeting tonight.
No.
Be there in 2 hours.
Get in the trunk, Betty. Let's go.
All right.
I guess I'll sit on top. and just magic carpet it.
I'm like, well, he takes up the whole back seat, buy her cash, because he man spreads.
I mean, I could do that, or you can take out the shotgun seat and I can just sit normally.
But where would Carlo and me sit?
Well, Carlo was sitting at the front. He was sitting in the back.
Really, Carlo should be in the trunk.
I'm like,
Carlo, are you gonna make a lady sit in the trunk?
I'm gonna unlock.
Maybe that's his plan all along. He wants them both to be in the trunk.
I'm gonna unlock the trunk and get in the driver's seat, and I'm like, everybody, get in, let's go.
We all get in the trunk and talk. Like, look at that mustache. Is that a real?
You're gonna be a gentleman now, aren't you?
Earn your place in the front.
So, yeah, he's
All right.
riding in the trunk.
This is the day and age where women sit in the back.
In this case, it's the trunk.
Suffrage barely happened. Like, what year is this?
44.
Well, suffrage kind of got kicked down a little bit due to World War One.
It's getting better though.
I mean, comes back the line, didn't fatties.
Also, like, we're not normal people.
This is true. Alright, I'll go sit in the trunk. Fucking asshole.
I wasn't about to bow to you.
I wasn't asking anyone to bow to me. I just wanted the front seat and Carlo's up there.
You did get up with him.
You could sit on his lap.
You could sit on his lap. He's had to spend a blood point to get a boner.
What's he gonna do? Waste that resource?
Oh, fuck it, yeah, I'll sit on his lap.
Where is Jabril sitting?
Then, well, if she's gonna take his lap, I'll be in the trunk.
You're not gonna ask Mr. Asher if he can scoot his legs a little?
No.
Okay.
Don't you get any bright ideas? As she twists her mustache.
Do you pull Jabril out of the trunk and get him that way?
I'd prefer to sit next to Sally.
So
Yeah, well, she's dead.
the meeting is
why.
2 hours hence. Is there anything you guys want to do before those 2 hours?
Show up early.
Yes, it's true. We would like to show up early.
Okay.
Or how much time does it take to gather the... Oh wait, she's just gathering the coterie. You're right.
Yeah, it's like we're the friends.
Right.
I mean,
You
he
use
has
that
a lot of Anarch contacts.
I'm probably gonna go around and to whoever's havens or hangabouts I know. Probably that overpass where Smiling Jack wrecked my last car. Kind of just pause before and look in the see if he's there. Be like, we're meeting at the rent.
Just drive up. Okay.
And just sort of drive backwards.
All right.
He still hits the front of your car somehow.
2 hours pass. You guys show up at the diner, and the place is abuzz with life in a way that you haven't seen it since, 4 days ago. And everybody is here. There's people spilling out the front, basically, as the place is entirely standing room only. And there's just this raucous conversation going on. Some of them are psyched and thrilled. And yeah, there's an announcement. It's time, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be time. We're going to fuck this place up. Some are really like, well, what does this mean? I mean, the Camerals basically turned their backs on us. I've heard this, I've heard that. Standard grapevine stuff. And you see, Salvador is sitting at a table in the front. Nines is off to the side somewhere. Smiling Jack raises there's this filthy mug of some kind of blood to you, and then looks over at you.
No, not yet. That's when everyone gets pumped.
Is it like people like wearing headbands that like fall off the arrow?
That has become somewhat of a mantra in the face of his supposed death.
They're like, he's the most badass anarch, and he lived for like 4 days.
He's basically taken on martyr status, as you sort of listen to the floating conversation about how he gave his life for the cause, and if they are not willing to do the same, then they shouldn't call themselves anarchs.
You know what? That's fine.
I'm gonna go around introducing Betty as Fierro's child,
No.
and hoping some of that anarch status can pass along to her.
If only I was so gracious enough as to receive his vampiric seed.
Boy, you're Fierro's kid, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody, it's Fierro's kid!
What the fuck?
And then you were just mobbed with like 100 questions at once. And, were you there when he died? What happened? What did he look like? Is it true he was 7 feet tall? I heard he was a Bruja straight from the Scottish Highlands. No. I heard he was actually a Ventru that came down from England and betrayed Mithras. No, I heard...
I heard one time he sucked dick for bus fare and then he walked home.
I turned to Jibril. Jibby, are they talking about Fierro?
I believe so.
What the fuck?
And just, as you're listening, the big fish story is just getting more and more megalodon.
Yeah, I guess he was just
Some asshole.
Oh, yeah, you're the one he kidnapped out of the window.
Yeah, that was probably the night my life got turned upside down.
It got ruined.
Flipped up, turned upside down.
It's been quite an eventful few days, if that's to say the least. Wow, I didn't know he was so famous around you people. I never would have known. To me, he was just, fucking police force fuck up.
And don't let anything change your mind about that.
Do you say?
What do the rest of you guys do as Betty is effectively getting mobbed right now?
Like, you guys see this guy? This is Figaro Finito. Like, nobody cares.
I'm going to shirk off to the corner.
Like Neo coming out
Because
of
you're
the
shy.
I'm also gonna tell them how Fierro shot her once and she just tanked it.
Hey, wait, what? Didn't he
Shut up,
try to shoot her and then shot himself? Bullet bounced right off.
Shall we demonstrate?
Well, he did show me the power of fortitude once.
Just fucking 7 dots of stamina and fortitude. The beefiest woman.
So tell you what, Betty can get a dot of anarch status, and she has also somehow acquired the nickname Bulldozer Betty.
Yeah, that's a merit.
Bulldozer Betty.
I don't know. I think most of us should see that as a flaw, but whatever.
Okay,
6 months from now, we're gonna be looking at that going, what the fuck is Bulldozer Betty?
Hey man, like, depending on what tags you're looking for.
What does Byrick do? As
Contemplates displaying this amazing act of fortitude.
you're
Enacting, start the game 9s again, or 9. What was it?
9s, yeah.
That was fun that one time.
You're basically acting as Betty's hype man. You're in the corner. What's Carlo doing?
I'm just like trying to like go with the highlight. Like, what guys?
Yeah! Fierro killed a guy while I sucked his dick!
like, this is my Fierro's needle. He was like every day.
And this is his heroin needle.
That's Murphy Fierro's needle! Get him! Roll to soak.
Ag damage.
They're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Oh. You motherfucker.
Soak 87 ag.
How'd you do?
You got 2 successes.
You're like at a Slayer concert when one of them throws the fucking guitar pick into the crowd and you grab it.
And they're
Everyone just starts beating on you trying to take it out of your hand.
See what you do is you just shove it right up your ass.
You want to get it now?
Man, you gotta dig it out of my asshole.
No problem.
Glove.
That's why I brought my vest.
You take 7 bashing damage, well, which I guess halves. So, it halves to 3. You basically get mobbed, beaten, and they steal Murphy's needle.
So much for bringing him back to life.
You
Back to
lost
data.
the feather. Shit on you.
So, as from the corner, you just see, oh yeah, his needle, and this wave of dudes tackle him into the table. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
And then, can I find out with Malia's alert, like dexterity alertness, just like see who took it, or not really? Was that too much?
Yeah, you can. It was somebody named Paul.
When you go over and punch him in the face, trying to get the needle back.
Oh man, are things getting exciting now?
Yeah, you gotta get around.
You're gonna fist fight with Paul the Bruja?
Here comes an anarch brawl.
Yeah.
Woot woot.
Can you take that celerity potence?
I have 1 potence, but
Betty's got brawl.
yeah, 2 brawl. Yeah.
You could probably just ask for it and I might give it to you.
Alright,
I don't want it.
You saw it
are you gonna actually like run up and punch him, or you wanna like tackle him from behind, or what?
Like, I'm gonna tackle him from behind you.
And suck his dick.
Give me strength brawl diff 7.
This is how you Diablerize, guys, right?
This is what Pierrot taught me, right?
That's the way to do it. Just suck their power right out of the tube.
Because what's he gonna do? Is he gonna punch you with his dick in your mouth? That's a terrible idea.
I mean, depending on what you're into.
Yeah, good. 3 successes?
Okay, so Carlo gets tackled into a table, punched a whole bunch. A guy grabs the heroin needle, tries to run out. The fight disperses. Carlo picks himself up, starts running, and tackles the guy. I would like you to make a dexterity larceny against me.
I have no larceny.
Nobody has.
We're all upstanding citizens.
Something like that.
Oh, yeah. 3 successes.
Okay, so boosh, 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 brawl breaks out. And all of a sudden you hear, "Oi! Shut the fuck up!" And the whole place just dies as McNeil and Mr. Fortier are standing there on stage. By the time everything settles down, you are the one holding the heroin.
Like, never put that out again.
You're like holding it up, like, yeah, I got it. And McNeil just runs up and punches you.
He just shoots it out of my hand. It just breaks him like.
It smashes it. Just fuck you. Like,
Eyes turn very quizzically towards Fortier until somebody shouts up, "The hell's he doing here? He's one of them!" And McNeil just sort of gives him like one of those.
yeah.
The techno Viking point and stare.
Yeah.
And he just like lips, like pantomimes, like, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass if you do something.
I'm gonna start moving towards the front.
I'll move it to the corner with Chippy.
And as he sort of like points that one guy down, Fortier will sort of rest a hand on his arm and says, "No, Monsieur McNeil, they are right. It must seem very strange for me to be here. Indeed, I never thought myself that I would, 4 days ago, that I would be standing here. I come before you, not as a member of the Primogen, but as a fellow kindred, who is man enough to admit when he is wrong. I trusted in the Camarilla. I trusted them to uphold justice, to provide a better life for those who lived under the auspices. And they have failed me, and they have failed you. And from this point forward, I renounce my title as Primogen of the Ventru of Los Angeles, and I renounce the Camarilla."
I'm gonna start up. See if anybody.
It gets a little bit going, but like McNeil's looking like he's ready to blow somebody away, so.
It's a goblin clap.
You heard it right from the frog's mouth. Camarilla don't care about any of us. They don't care about any of you, and they don't even give a damn about their laws, so long as they sit nice and pretty and don't have anything to worry about their own hide for. It's time, and there's this huge cheer that rolls up. "Shut up! I ain't finished yet. I've told you before, there's a reason we didn't move against the Camarilla. It's a hydra. We cut off one head, 5 more grow back. A network of entrenched elders, all looking out for their own skin. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. And we're gonna rip the Camarilla out of this city by the roots. So we're gonna stay quiet. For now, we're gonna stay quiet. And while we're quiet, we're gonna watch. We're gonna wait and we're gonna learn where every one of these little beady-eyed bastards lays their head during the daytime. And when we know where every one of them lives, when we know how they eat, how they breathe, how they shit, that's when we strike, we excise them like the wart we are.
I'll look to Betty.
We don't actually breathe or shit.
He's out. Yes, I'm aware. I knew that before I said that. I was being colorful.
She doesn't know that.
I'm pretty sure she knows she hasn't shat for 4 days.
It's been strange. I thought it was constipated.
At this point, the rant continues as there's just this huge wave of relief that washes over everyone. This excitement coupled with this fear, this overwhelming sense of finality that just sort of jazzes up everyone. That's sort of almost cruelly kept in check by McNeil, but he insists, be patient this one last time and finality will come. And with that, I'm actually going to evoke a little bit of a time skip, and I'm going to give everybody an additional 10 experience.
Cool.